Straight up Tennessee family. What's good, y'all? It's your boy Ruck in the building. Happy Wednesday. It is April 17th, man. I hope that you guys are having an awesome day. Wherever you're listening from, thank y'all for tapping in with me today. Listen, man, orange and white game is now over. What did we learn? What did we see from this roster? What did we see from the coaching staff? What did we see from Nico Iamaleava? The big, I can't emphasize this enough. The big thing that I'm walking away with is this wide receiver room is legit. And the defense is legit. Can't wait to talk about this. Obviously, the transfer portal is wide open as well. We've already had a guy enter into the portal. Who's next? Who is going to be the next person, or who could we at least be expecting to potentially be that next person? You already know what it is, man. It's Straight Up Tennessee, baby. Welcome to the midweek chat. Let's get it going on a Wednesday.
From 40, on the way, a knuckleball. He got it!
What up, everybody? Welcome to Straight Up Tennessee today on this Wednesday morning. Whatever you're doing, man, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hit that share button. That is the most important button that you can hit for us. That is going to help this thing grow. That's going to help this thing continue to soar to and past 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. We love our YouTube family. Shout out to Apple and Spotify as well for your love and your support of the Straight Up Tennessee podcast. It's your boy Ruck in the building, man. Hope everybody's having a great week so far. I know that we are, man. My family's healthy. Everything is going great on this end. Also, just big news, man, in Knoxville. Let's start it off this way before we even get into scrimmage notes and all the things that I took down from the orange and white game on last Saturday. Let's talk a little bit about this Tennessee basketball roster. Tennessee gets the transfer portal commit from the Hofstra wing, Darling Stone Dunbar. Darling Stone Dubar, not Dunbar. Looks like not only did Tennessee impress him with the orange and white game with, let me remind you, only 10,000 members, 10,000 Tennessee fans could be at that. So 10,000 of y'all did enough to help this big time recruit commit to the basketball program. But he's a 6'8" wing. He shot 40% from three last year, averaged almost 18 points a game. Also averaged about 7 boards and almost 1.5 assists. He played about 35 minutes a game last year. He seems, I'm gonna just say it this way. Dubar looks and seems like the Black Dalton Connect. That's 2 inches taller. And I'm excited to see what he can bring to the roster. Obviously, Cade Tyson is still, as of Tuesday, it's still a question mark. We don't know about Cade, what he's going to do as far as his recruitment and his decision. But we did get Mr. Darling Stone Dubar, and I'm very excited to see how he intertwines with the roster. We got a long way to go. Tennessee has to get more and more and more guys like that because this roster was depleted with the transfer portal exitees, I should say, in Jonas Adu, Freddie DeLeon, DJ Jefferson. It just keeps going. Tobe Awaka. And so it looks like Jamon Meshack is not leaving. There's a video that surfaced of him at the orange and white game, and he said, woo, it's great to be a Tennessee Vol. So I think that we're all in the clear for Jamon Meshack not leaving Tennessee. So all Vol fans can take a deep breath and realize that the anchor of the defense is indeed coming back home. But that's not what this episode is about, man. We're talking all things football, Tennessee football. And that orange and white game, I was impressed overall. I hate spring games, to be honest. I honestly despise spring games. I don't think that we get a clear picture of who this roster is going to be. We don't get a clear picture of who the starters are going to be because Dylan Sampson didn't play, Squirrel White didn't play, obviously Brew McCoy didn't play because he's still working on coming back from that ankle injury. But you get what I'm trying to say. There are two specific people, or I shouldn't say people, two specific groups that blew my mind, and I'm very excited for them for the 2024-25 season. The first I want to talk about is the defensive line, man. Amari Thomas, there are grown men on this line now. I feel like we've talked about them being good, and we've talked about them developing into being special players, but now they are. And the special thing about that is it took some time, right, for Tennessee to build this reputation of being nasty up front. We were always that in the old days, from what I understand, with Reggie White, Albert Haynesworth, all of these different guys that came through the University of Tennessee. We've been nasty up there, but it's time that we got back to our roots. And this D-line has very much so done that. James Pierce, Amari Thomas, Karat Garland, Jason Jenkins is getting some clot. Bryson Eason is growing. There are a lot of dogs that are on this line, and I'm so anxious at this point to understand how are the rotations going to work for the D. Just seeing guys out there truly playing hard on the D line is what has me so expectant for what Rodney Garner is going to do for the season. I mean, you have seen the development of kids like Omari and Bryson and all the Garlands and all of these things. You've seen them develop, and now they're bringing along David Hobbs, Caleb Herring, who, let's pray Caleb Herring stays at the University of Tennessee and does not transfer as his brother Elijah Herring did. That defensive front is nasty. The second group that I'm most excited about is this wide receiver group is special. Braylon Staley did not get to go, the young freshman from South Carolina, but Mike Matthews showed up. Chris Brazzell II showed up. He had 4 grabs for 89 yards and a score, and he is explosive on the outside. You didn't have Brew, you didn't have Squirrel, but you saw a young quarterback as well in Jake Merklinger have a good game. The touchdown that Brazzell caught was from Merklinger, but you saw Nico looking at Chris Brazzell a lot, looking at his way, throwing curls, outs, everything looked like it was going towards him. The improvements I saw in route running from Dante Thornton, man, it was so cool to see that from him, seeing the way he transitioned in field, looking at, he did not look lost. That was the way I explained it to a lot of friends, was Dante Thornton did not look lost. But the defensive line and wide receiver room, it was different to me. Mike Matthews being as young as he is, coming into a spring game, his first spring game, and able to execute at the level he did, impressed the crap out of me. I did not think there was a way that a kid that was in high school 4 months ago could show up at the University of Tennessee and be as explosive as he was in high school. Now, understandably, that's what you're supposed to get when you get a 5-star recruit, right? But at the same time, it just doesn't happen that way for everyone. And to see it happen blew my mind. Nico Iamaleava is a special kid, y'all. The drive that he led down the field where we scored, he hit Chaz Nimrod on a great kind of seam route. Chaz was in the slot. He threw the football there, and he put it right on the numbers, and it was a touchdown. Last year, we might miss that ball. That might have been an incompletion because Joe Milton got too happy. He saw him open and overthrew it. Nico, I mean, as soon as the ball left his hands, I was like, that's a tutty. He doesn't miss often. And it's new for us. It's new for us, y'all, to have a guy who doesn't miss often. And the drive he led was beautiful. A couple runs from Deshaun Bishop, a couple of quick throws. And then ultimately the defense was worn down, tired because of what the offense was able to do. Nico hits Chaz on the little seam route back of the end zone. Not really back of the end zone, but middle of the end zone. Chaz turns around, makes a great catch. Tutty, Tennessee. That is the stuff I feel like we're going to be able to do this year that we just have missed out on since the 2022 season with Hendon Hooker. And, it makes me wonder this. Will we see more stretch plays with the guys we have on the outside now? Dante Thornton's moved to the outside. Chris Brazzell, Brew McCoy when he gets back. Are we going to make more downfield plays? I don't know. But I do know this. I think that let me rewind. Let me retract my thoughts here. I think that all of the quick screen game passes that we ran last year to Squirrel, I think they're done. I don't think they're completely done. Those are good rhythm throws. They get you in rhythm, get you the ball outside, let your guys go make plays. But I do personally think that it is going to now go back to what Hendon was able to do. That was a 5 to 7 yard hitch. That was a dig route, maybe 8-10 yards. That was an out route, 5-7 yards. I would much rather have 5 to 7 than 2 yards behind the line and let our guy go and try to make a play. I think we're going to get that back, and that excites me as a fan. Very excited to see how that works. And I think a lot of that is going to be what happens. But I talked about this just a second ago. Elijah Herring enters into the transfer portal, not understanding why. Maybe he felt as if, Keenan Peely's back. Jeremiah Thielander is playing out of his mind, and he was just losing his groove. I don't know, but he enters the portal. And so the question is now for us Vol fans is who's next? Who's going to enter in now? Was that the beginning of a lot, or was that just a one-off where we might see maybe a couple more? The portal is absolutely ruining college sports in the basketball world and football and any other world that the portal is. It affects all levels, softball, baseball, basketball, football, soccer, everything. It affects everything. And kids are now looking just for funds, man. They want money. And understandably, you want to make a name and an image and a likeness for yourself. I understand. But at some point, when does winning matter? When does winning matter? And I don't feel like it matters anymore. I feel like these kids want their bread. And as long as they get in their bread, they're happy. They don't care if their team's winning or losing, which to me is college turning into the NFL as far as how kids are going to play? I don't know, but it makes a difference. But looking forward to more updates, man, coming out of Tennessee football, more of the transfer portal, more Tennessee basketball recruiting updates. Tennessee had a host of recruits, man, on the orange and white game for basketball and football. Where does a lot of these kids end up? Man, I hope the orange and white game was enough to continue to plant that seed for them to know that Rocky Top will always be home sweet home. And that's where they need to be. In all factuality, they need to know there's no other place in this country better to come and play football at than the University of Tennessee. And that's just what we believe. That's what we know. We've seen it. We see it every day. I don't care about Alabama. I don't care about Georgia. Come to Tennessee. You want to be a part of tradition. You want to have fans that love you for the rest of your life, no matter what. Come to Tennessee. This is a place where you want to be. It's a place where you're going to grow. It's a place where you're going to see championships, and we're chasing them right now. And let's keep doing it. So thank y'all for tapping into a quick midweek chat. Man, y'all know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification right now. Share the thing out. Quick video today. Wanted to get something in your hands, but also we're going to keep doing these short ones, man. Get some things in. We're going to have more guests like we always do. But like, comment, subscribe. Thank you. I love you, Apple and Spotify. Love you, YouTube. Y'all have a great rest of your week. More than likely, we'll be back this Friday. But check this out. Next week, we're going to be doing something special for the NFL draft. We're going to be introducing a new segment called Straight Up Tennessee, in parentheses, Titans. Got a new guest, a new person for you guys to meet. Cannot wait. Excited about that. So we'll be live next Thursday for the NFL draft. And you already know what it is, man. It's Straight Up Tennessee, baby. We'll see you back later this week for Chop It Up Friday. Until then, have a great rest of your week. And y'all already know what it is. It's Straight Up Tennessee, baby. We'll see you on Friday.